All right, let's do this thing. Spirit Child 1723. We're doing July for the Earth signs. So we got the Earth signs in July. Appreciate everybody who's taking time to view this. First card out. Well, we got two together. Seven of Water and the Four of Air. See what else we got. Earth signs in July. Spirit, please and thank you. Excuse me. We got the Lovers. Earth signs in July. I think that was the first one out. Queen of Water. Okay. All right. So the first sign out for the Earth signs, July, is Seven of Water. A complex decision, the need to do research, stop procrastinating. So if you guys have been watching me at all, seven, I get it as decisions, kind of revamping decisions or getting more specific, bringing them from broad to specific. This says, this is around emotions, cups of loves. Um, might be some hard boundaries to put up, or you might be at a point where you're not super comfortable placing yourself first, or having others respect your boundaries. But they're going to treat you how you treat yourself as a standard, and it's your job not to back down from what you set up for yourself. Let's go on a little further. We got the Four of Air. Okay. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So they're both saying, to hold off on making decisions and get some clarity. This has shown that this could be a decision that affects multiple people or parties or however you want to look at it. But this one unicorn in the front is dead tired, and we got 100-degree weather right now without the heat index. So I feel like that unicorn right now after work. They're out in the forest, some enchantment. Four can be, foundation of community. I don't see the fourth unicorn in this picture. I could be wrong, but I'm only counting the three. It is the Four of Air. So, huh. Well, anyone let me know if my eyes are. I just did my eye exam, so waiting on new glasses. But I'm only seeing three unicorns in the picture, so I don't know what the artist was doing unless I'm missing one. Let me know in the comments if you see something different. Then the Lovers card comes out. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. Again, like kind of forewarning you about taking your time. And love matters, and decisions of the heart, and getting the rest and recharging your batteries. Seven of Water is around the emotions. That one ain't a business decision. That's definitely love or intimate type relationship. Raphael comes in with the Lovers. It's a beautiful couple here, and they're in a mild green aura. That's kind of Archangel Raphael's calling card. She's a little deeper green, more like this. I related to that right there. So, green and pink are your heart chakra. Then the Queen of Water, tender-hearted, empathic, patient, loving. I should know that one because I am one. Relationships develop up to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. Yeah, so this reoccurring message to take care of yourself and love and slow down and don't make any hasteful decisions. This is looking good for you guys, Earth signs. Let's take another row out of this Angel Tarot. I believe it's Doreen Virtue and Radley that made this together before they went their own ways. They were collaborating. Ah, one of them flew the coop in the two of here. All right. That's back to your decision, guys. Not making a decision, just sitting there in the eight of here. All right, so all right, the five of water comes out. Things not turning out the way you'd hope. Not seeing the positive in the situation. Crying over spilled milk, and again, focus is on the two. Is on not on the two cups that are filled, but the three that have been poured out. So somebody might have had a hard lesson or a breakup that from a relationship that was kind of long based, but you're followed up by the Sun card, and that's 10, which reduces down to 1. It's 19 first, so that's 10, reduces down to 1. It's the end and beginning of a cycle. Archangel Uriel, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself. So it's just kind of giving you, the confidence that, the angels, if you call upon them, the archangels are willing to work with you and try to point you in the right direction of something that will bring you happiness and pentacle fulfillment. Then we have the eight of here, illusion of being trapped, a lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Again, don't get caught in that mental energy and stop. Not only say the overall reading saying take your time making decisions, especially in love or close type relationships, right? um but don't get caught up, because if your thought patterns go to the avenue of thinking like I don't see an out, that's when you need to ask for help the most. You got to give them, your spiritual support team permission to interact with you and be part of your free will. And then we have the two of air, which I said when it came out is the decision has been made, stalemate, pretending there's no problem. But somebody's heart got broken here, Earth sign. I can see that. And some of you are supposed to have new lovers coming in and opportunities, but you can't be dragging the past around. We need to clean that up and let go of it, detach somehow. All right, let's take a row. Earth signs in July, please and thank you. This is Archangel Michael deck, please and thank you. This is pretty lighthearted. This is Radley Valentine. Definitely lighthearted deck compared to some of the others. Yep, we got one jump in here. It's a blessing in disguise. So for those of you losing a person, they're saying don't worry about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Easier said than done when you're not the one going through it, right? But we all get our turn, guys. Both sides, guys and girls. You know what I mean. Collective group. I just call you guys. Welcome abundance in your life. Recognize signs from above. All right. So this is a blessing in disguise. Be patient, have faith that your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. So again, it's showing, keep getting a reoccurring theme of take care of yourself, take a pause. It's not something that requires physical, movement or action on your part or energy. Rest up, ask for help, and let your higher power, the angels, the universe help you. And it'll be in a different place if you truly let go of it, is my experience. Sometimes it just takes time. Welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you now. Have faith that source will heal your financial challenges. Excuse me. So it's showing a windfall of pentacles and coins all rushing in, and again, as far as emotions, there's some healing to be done. And then 26, which is 8, which I take that as abundance. You know what I mean? Recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. And you kind of make this language up with your spiritual support team. Like, I'll give you an example. Everyone's like picking up pennies sign. the angels or a loved one, So what I did is started asking for something different, and I had a spree of like, seems like I was finding dimes everywhere, and I'm like, now you're talking, you know what I mean? Because it's like different, when you expect to find pennies everywhere, you know what I mean? It just made me feel good that I have support from the spiritual realm. Um, all right, let's take a few love cards, guys. Let's see, clarify some of this tarot. I don't know if we're going to clarify it really with this deck. What's up there in the front two rows is going to be the most accurate. But let's just see. Earth signs in July. Date, twin flames, and death. All right. So there's a one cycle ending for somebody. All right, date. Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. It's taunting. When you've tried this and it hasn't worked out, it's taunting to step up and do it again. But that's pretty much what a lot of people have to do. It's very seldom that, there are stories of people having their sweetheart from high school and they're married 40 or 50 years. But for the most of us, you have at least three, if not five, relationships that, are in your life for a certain amount of time, if you've matured to a certain age. Twin flames, yin yang and balance, union and duality, complement polar opposites. Again, if you guys have listened to any of my videos, I kind of like soulmates. I think there's too much confusing information out there on twin flames and what it is exactly, and the false pretense of, well, that person's meant for me, so I sit there and wait. They got to recognize at some point I'm their person, and spirit don't want you doing that. Sometimes it's there to teach you a lesson. It's not always going to be a romantic partner, so that's why I kind of send there's categories in soulmates too. There's definitely a romantic soulmate I would call twin flame for some, and like I said, it's too hard to kind of navigate, not leave people confused. If you go through it, you'll know you go through it, but you'll wonder why you're linked to a certain person, and you could have been something to them in a past life. That's highly possible, right? And you're comfortable and familiar, but it just ain't working no matter what. The changes needed for you two to be together, or the timing just never works out in this lifetime. All right, then we have the death card. All right, Earth, what's going on? Relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform. What's dead is dead. What's done is done. What's dead is dead. Yeah, they're going to become skeletons in the closet and let them stay there. Bring in the 4.0. If you're working off version 3.0 of yourself, bring in the 4.0 for middle of 2025. All right, let's get a few more romance cards to close up this reading. Please and thank you. Yeah, definitely. Some people just need to pause, and get a perspective and do nothing. Really, is what I'm feeling. Like, not like for some starting over quickly. If you really don't have an understanding of what went down with the last one, it's real hard. You're gonna be straddling the fence, But again, you do whatever, and you get your experience, and you gain your knowledge, and your all right. So release the X. So this is getting a little redundant, guys. You know what I mean? For those of you who are trying to make something work that ain't supposed to, leave it, let it be. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Two more cards, Spirit, please and thank you. This Earth Signs in July. We got this one wanting to jump out. Retreat. That's what I hate. Contradiction. All right. If it doesn't fit yours, particular situation, don't force it. It's time to disconnect from the world. This could be you by yourself, or it could be spend time with a loved one. A lot of tarot readers, oracle card readers don't talk about agape love. Sometimes we have people, whether it's same sex or different sex, or it really don't matter, but they're just there to be like a real close friendship, and you might enjoy spending time with them, especially if you're on a break from somebody. You just want to be in a comfortable, safe place, and you know, be able to leave the house and get your mind, off what everybody tends to think about if they've had to break up with someone. And then we have true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. So for some of you, if you want to link that to the twin flame, you want to hang out on that, you think that's the energy of the two of you, well, there you go. For some of you, it is. This is saying it'll be fantastic. So if you made it to the end of the video, please like, subscribe, share the video with someone, leave a comment. I appreciate you guys. Each and one of you are valuable to me, and have a great July.